You should see the pinion. Oh, jeez. I have another idea for version 2. All right, well, it's a 4th of July weekend. Today's the 3rd. I got family and friends and stuff going on, so I don't know how much I'm going to get done during this holiday weekend. And, you know, got to take a time off, but let me kind of show you. I did, because I began that last video with this thing being painted, but, you know, it was all wrapped up with tape and stuff. But, yeah, here we go. That's what she looks like. And I have to tell you, this paint turned out way better than I ever thought it would. I was quite impressed. And it's really hard. This is that chassis paint. And now that I've had my first experience with real automotive paint, and I wish I did those bars with the real automotive paint. Because you can see, even when I was taking off the tape, that tape was actually stripping paint off. But yeah, here's what it looks like from the side. Well, let me back up a little bit. There you go. And then down here, little arts and crafts. This is where I had to weld the panels up and weld these pieces in here, and there's some angle iron. So I did this little decorative and then painted in here. And it has kind of this little, you know, rat rod look. And here there was a hole, patched that up. And all he did was just rip off pieces of tape, you know, and it rips randomly, and then I randomly stuck it around there with all the little jagged edges and painted that on there. My wife said I should do the whole Jeep that way. And then I did a little more creative work with the truck bed, and here we go. This is kind of the final piece right here, these rails. And then, of course, I got those truck boxes go right here, so the rail ends. And this is really nice to give me something, you know, to wrap straps and ratchets around it, plus help keep cargo from coming out the sides. And I looked at that, and I said, yeah, that's what I need. I need something to, you know, you have to be able, flatbed, you have to be able to tie stuff down. And I said, yeah, just get these rails. It's got a little bend going that way, and then up and down and over. And this is 1.5 inch tubing. I had a whole big piece of it I didn't need. So I said, yeah, let's use that. But it cost me a bunch of money because I had to buy 1.5 inch die to do these bends. But anyway, that's where I'm at now. I did get the truck bed paint for this, so I can start working on that. But, you know, with these old vehicles, you start going through and, you know, some maintenance issues. And if you recall, the rear end, the yoke, you know, had a big old mess of oil on the ground. I was looking at this, pulled the yoke off. I got a new seal, and then I went over here to kind of get the old seal out, and it's not supposed to do that. So I think there's an issue with the crush sleeve or something, because that's what's supposed to put the tension on it, or preload. It's not supposed to wiggle like that. So that pinion gear has been rolling around like this, which means the ring gear has an equal mark on the ring gear. And my guess is there's a lot of metal shavings in there. Probably no broken teeth, but definitely going to need new ring, pinion, total rebuild, unfortunately. So the plan is basically to get this thing from 2 pieces into 1. So I'm going to finish this, get it mounted up here on the truck and just finish it out. And then I'm going to put this up on my scissor lift sitting over here with all the fan and stuff on top of it. And then I can work on taking this whole rear end apart and see what it's going to take to get it fixed. Yeah, one step forward, two steps back. But hey, better find it now than exploded 100 miles from 200 miles from here on a big expensive trip. I don't call that maintenance. That's repair because it's broke. But yeah, glad we found it. Get that taken care of. And then we should be golden. So I'll get back to you when I get ready to deal with this truck bed. All right, well, it's time for the main event of the day. You can actually see, just some shop cleanup. Oh, it was a mess. Got all the metal out of here. Got all the scraps settled. And I actually did a dump run with all the metal scraps that I had. The tub that I cut off, that type of stuff. And I've been doing a little bit of work. It's just painting. This is a Herculiner. Yeah, I ordered it through Home Depot. It's a nice kit. Comes with the paintbrushes, the rollers, everything. You just roll it on. I mean, it's not. It wasn't film worthy. And then also, I got these bars here fully welded in, and this is POR 15, and it's really neat. You put it on with paintbrush, but after you paint it, you see like the paintbrush streaks, but it actually self levels. It's really easy to put on. But POR, if you're not familiar with it, POR stands for paint over rust, and it likes it. And it sticks. So actually you go on raw metal, so you don't need any primer or anything like that. The problem with the standard POR is it's not UV stable, so it'll fade in the sun. So I just ordered another can of POR, the DTM, which is direct to metal. And that you can put over the original paint over rust stuff. And it's got a gloss finish and it is UV stable. So when I get that, just brush it off. And it's nice not having this thing with the spray cans because you don't have any overspray or anything like that. So it's just really easy to apply it. But yeah, this is just 2 coats of Herculiner on here and just rolled it on in both directions. And it came out pretty good. I like it. It's going to be nice and hard. It's dry now, but it does take some time to cure. And then over here, thing's looking good. It looks a little tall because it's actually hanging on the suspension. But if you look under there, I actually have it on my scissor lift. Yeah, right there. So with it being on the lift now, I need to address this problem here. Yeah. Not supposed to do that. So I think that bearing's gone. I don't know. Well, I know it's gone because it's not. It could be loose in and out, but not side to side because there's 2 bearings supporting that, and it feels like this one right here up in the front is just self-destroyed. So I expect to find some metal and stuff in there. So today's chore, because this wasn't on the to-do list. It was an add-on, but it's got to be done, is to tear this axle apart, get the differential out, get the pinion, bearings, all that, and assess it. And then from there, order whatever I need to replace, which is probably going to be brand new ring, pinion, bearings, braces, the whole thing. That's the way to do it. So yeah, it's a Dana 60. And let me tell you, 1 tons, they break just like half tons and those puny little Dana 35s, and they all break. But it's just part of the game here. You're off-roading and you get hard on these things, and the rear end takes a lot. So let's just get started. Oh yeah, the other reason why I haven't put this on yet, because it is ready to put on the truck. Yeah, all the fabrication's done, at least for this part. There's more down the line. But right here, the gas tank. This is an aftermarket sending unit. I forgot who makes it, but I bought it through Summit Racing. And they sell them, and they all look just like that. And it's really cool because, you know, these old CJ gas tanks, the sending units are terrible, and the gas gauge is, you know, it's like, well, you might be a quarter tank left, or you got nothing left, or maybe a gallon left. I mean, it's really vague. And so that one, you just get a hole saw, cut a hole the right side, put it in, and that's a plastic tank. Things never leaked. I've had it in there for a year and a half now. And I bought that for, it's a GM sending unit, 0 to 90 ohms, and I love it. And you buy it by the inch in length. Well, I bought a 12-inch, and it turns out it needs 13. So when my fuel gauge reads empty, I still had 5 gallons left in there. Which, you know, I knew that, so I could manage it. But I thought, you know what, I got it all ready. So I ordered the one that's 13 inches long. So that gauge could go from full range, from full to absolutely empty. So when it says quarter tank, I know I only got like 5 gallons left. I need to go find some gas. But it's definitely easier for me to do it with it all access, because once that truck bed's on top of here, then I'd have to undo these bolts here and these 4 bolts in the back and actually drop the tank. I have to unhook all these hoses, which are already unhooked. So do now. I mean, I'll wait. It won't come in until Friday or Saturday, and today's Monday. So great time for me to start tearing this rear axle apart. And there's nothing more to be said, but let's get to it. Why are you so tight? So before they had diff covers, they had these type. All right, got some on the garage floor. There it is. So the gear has a lot of pits on it. You can see it. And here, so I had water in here once, and because of the water, the ARB thing wouldn't work, so I had to replace it. And then over here, I actually see more rust. So that a lot of that color is because of the rust. So yeah, see, it's supposed to look like oil, not like, I don't look like oil. I mean, there's like paint. I don't know if that's the rust or what that is, but it's not just oil in there anymore. It's all right, it's old. So let's get these axles off. Oh, come on. Give me a cheater bar. Oh my goodness. So that one's going to screw up. Oh. Parking brake's in the way in this upper one. Oh, there it goes. You can move it back. Get out of the way. There we go. Cheetah bar. Gotta love it. Thank you. Okay. Stick. Get that off of there, huh? There we go. Rust. Good old Mr. Rust. That's it. There we go. Strip away. Line still look good. Look at that. It looks like the short side of a front axle. Because that's the short side of my rear axle because it's offset. Oh yeah. These lines look great, but look at the rust. Woo-hoo-hoo. When I ordered this custom axle from Dynatrack, I don't know, 15 years ago or more, I wanted it to be 64 inches wide, wheel mount to wheel mount. And then when they were fabricating it, they said, Mr. Dehart, we can't do that in a semi-float axle. And so the other way was to go to full float, and then to go to full float, you had to go to, different wheels and stuff. And I didn't have any money then. I have more now, and I would have loved to have done that at the time. But the reason why they couldn't do it is because this axle is about 36 inches into end. And that is exactly the max length of their machine for making this axle. So they had to, instead of 64, they had to make it 62 inches wide. And so, yeah, I've matching 62 inch wide front and rear. Otherwise, it would have been 64. Front wasn't a problem, but because of the offset, that big offset rear, and you saw that, little short drive shaft from the other side. They said, yeah, we couldn't make it that long unless it was a full float. And boy, I wish I had the full floater today, but anyways, that's what I have to work with. It is a 35 spline, 1.5 inches. It's not the big boy of today, but back then that was all big and get. Now you get the 40 spline. I don't know what the diameter, but it's bigger than this thing. But anyways, the bearings look good on it. So definitely not having an outer issue. So now I gotta get that bad boy out, and that means the ARB air locker and all that's got to come apart, and big oily mess. To get this out, it doesn't work for everything, okay? But you get a wrench that fits on a ring gear bolt, And then that right there on that bolt. Now when I pry on it, see, that'll keep it from rotating. And then you got to get this hook someplace where it's going to pull. And man, there's just nothing on this locker. And if it comes out, it just, no. The last time I took it out was with a spreader bar. Now, sometimes you can get on a little nut here. Oh, I feel some movement. Oh, look at that. All I did, see that little nut right? Well, there's another one right there. I just got behind that and it just started coming out. All right. Let's not drop this bad boy. But the key is this wrench up here. And then you start prying down here and over there, and it'll just kind of do its thing. Now, you didn't pry very hard either. Oh, it's out. There it is. All right. Prepare myself for this is going to be really heavy. Oh my God. You should see the pinion. Oh, jeez. Way heavier than a Dana 44. Man, I knew this thing was bad. Check this out. I mean, this thing is, it just fell out. Well. Yep. Let me, I don't see any worn out, nothing on this. I'm looking at the ring gear pad, you see where it got good contact. That side. Maybe I'm just going to get lucky on this. I don't know. Maybe I was overthinking it. I love luck. All right, let me go look at the other side and see if I can get the bearing out, because there's this bearing, and then there's another one that seats here, and then there's a crush sleeve kind of in the middle. And I'm going to go see how that other bearing looks. Stand by. Yeah, and I can't turn the camera on or off very well. I'm greasing it up. Yeah, this thing's going to get tortured. Okay. I think we're good. Ring and pinion, everything is good. It's just there's rust on everything. Look at this. On here. And the ring on the inner is for the air locker. So I'm going to do get this rust cleaned up as best I can. And I may put some of that Pour 15 on it. It's a rust converter, so convert it and get rid of that rust, which would be, you know, I can put it on some of these surfaces and stuff and convert it, and then maybe try to take that off, take it off with it. But at least it'll be converted. But if you want to look at the pinion, what I discovered, there it is. So the way this one works, this is like a splash gear. This is press fit on, so it's on there permanently, and these feel really good. This guy, take it off. You know, you see a little play in the casing, but that's pretty normal. But it was weird was this here, and I said, wait a minute, I think I know what that is. And if we take that off, these separate, and these are shims. And then combined with this, there's no crush sleeve in this, which is awesome. So basically it's been shimmed out this just slides on here. Got my shims. And then this guy goes on like that. And this just goes on top of here. Bam. And that sets the spacing between these two gears with whatever preload it has. So when I took this off of there, where'd it go? I walked away with that. Anyways, yeah, when I took the yoke off, by doing that, it just allowed this, whatever slack was in there, and this, I think that the ring, this just kind of fell in, and then what little degree of slack I have down here turned out to be big degree up here, because this thing could just kind of slide up and down like that. But yeah, with it shimmed and everything, I'm thinking this thing can go back in there, but I have a great opportunity to deal with some of that rust and see if I can turn it to not rust, and it'll last a lot longer. And it was great that I got all that rust, debris, oil out of there. So I have to go get some at the auto parts store, get some cleaner stuff. I want to clean everything out, clean it all out, get the rust off, and then I'll put you back in the loop for the reassemble instead of watching me clean stuff. All right, well, I'm back. I took a couple of days off, but I'm back at it now. And I had a couple of goals to do. And the first one is to get this rear axle here assembled. But like everything, something gets in the way. So I'm inspecting this is the ARB air locker. And then as I was inspecting it, let me show you what I got right here. Switch hands. See this O-ring? See how it bulges out like that? Yeah, that O-ring is no bueno. The other one's tight. The one down here, there's two of them. You can see there's one on top, and then there's one down here on the bottom. The one on the bottom is tight, and it has to be tight. Because when you push this collar on, what happens is that O-ring starts to fold over into this groove, and see, you can see there's a little hole right just above my finger. That's where the air goes in, and if it doesn't seal, not going to work. So I need to go order a little O-ring kit for that. Yeah. It's a delay, but getting this axle back together, not a big deal, because I put it back together exactly the way I took it out of. Also, I worked on it a bit and I removed some of the rust. I bought a new tool, Harbor Freight, Hercules. I have a pneumatic one. It just doesn't have the torque. And by the way, this has like 4 speeds on it. This thing, I mean, that's on low. So this thing rips, runs on the little 12-volt batteries. It was great for cleaning stuff up, and a lot of control because it's electric. So you get all torque at all speeds. It's pretty cool. But I did get, and it's super easy. Got the new seal and put this in here, and I tightened it up. And do you want to know what the torque spec is for this nut right here? Because if you give me a torque number, you're wrong. If you're using a crush sleeve in there, the torque is whatever it takes to get the bearing to its required preload on it. That's it. There is no torque spec actually on that nut. And if you're using a crush sleeve eliminator kit, which is what this had, that's super cool because as long as I put the stack of spacers in there, or shims, back the way it was, I tighten that sucker up. Doesn't matter how tight I make it. So it's until the impact stops rotating is what I did. And if you take a look at this, and I've done a few of these, and that torque spec, that's about right. It doesn't like whir around, nope, but that's about right. And I did pre-lube the bearings in there. But anyways, I got that back in. A little disappointed. I can't get this rear end back together. But then again, I didn't have all the parts for it. I bought replacement to the cover and that. I bought one of those Yukon covers. I like them because they have a drain plug, and given they had some water and there's rust and stuff in there, it'd be nice to be able to run this, drain it, especially after I go through a lot of water at some point in time. And if you look at the end of this, it's just a metal to metal contact. There's no gasket in here, so I'm pretty sure the water comes in through these axles and somehow gets past the seal. I don't have any leak there, but that's definitely one entry point on either side. So then the other thing today is, and I have this too high, but I got my new gas tank sending unit. So let's put that in. And once I get that in, you get to watch me try to put this back on. Easier said than done. And I had a lot of trouble getting it off. And I have a new plan to try to get it back on. So hang out. Watch the mayhem. Pretty cool because you can install these just about probably any tank, metal or plastic. I don't care. It's a bit of work. It's actually labeled for ground and sending. And here's the new one. And you see it's about an inch longer. Now, will it go all the way in the tank, or am I going to return to sender? Sending ground. Get a screw started here. That way the gasket will be straight. Oh yeah, it's not bottoming out. Just don't want to accidentally start a new hole. And both these go 0 to 90 ohms, so I'm not changing anything there. Well, I like it when stuff goes well. There's always something like that ARB locker. And, you know, there's no discredit to ARB. I've had these ARBs for 15 years on this, maybe more. I never had any problem with them. People complain, whatever. And here's my theory. They only work as good as the installer installs them. If you're not careful about your line routing, make sure you got enough extension where the axle's moving up and down. Yeah, you can have problems. If you don't pay attention to it, you know, like those O-rings and stuff when you're installing, it's just attention to detail. And I think, you know, anybody that's doing like competition type wheeling where they're in terrains that could rip that airline somewhere, well, you can, the electric line's in the same spot as the airline. So then you're going to lose the electric one. Of course, I think the electric one's probably easier to patch up, unless things are smashed. But, and I know that those electric lockers, the way they operate, they're just not as, currently not as strong as ARB. ARB is just a proven locker for strength and ability. So maybe you lose the air for some reason. Like I did lose the air on this rear one. Why? Rust. Whose fault is that? ARB's or mine? I'm the one that went through ton of water, and I didn't check because pulling a diff off is not fun. So I'm fixing that. I'm getting a diff with a drain, and I'm getting a reusable gasket in my diff, so you can do maintenance where it's not a real pain in the backside. So yeah, the only time I had failure, my fault. And it happens. It's okay. All right, we got this tank in, and now I gotta get some 4x4s and my tractor and prep this thing, and hopefully the way I'm thinking I can pick it up, it's gonna go well. That's hopeful thinking. Let me go get set up, and you guys just watch. It'd be nice if someone's helping me. The whole shop's full of diesel. Woo-wee! This side, it's gonna fight me, so I'm just gonna wiggle around till it's on. But hey, that worked out a lot better than the way I did. I didn't have the rails on when I took it off. This worked out really good. Right. Woohoo! I have another idea for version 2. I need steps to get in and out of it. I'm in for a short day. But there it is. Getting there. Just need a tail lights. Hook up the wiring. Put that in there. Got the boxes in. And yeah. I think I turned it into a truck. Not too shabby. Got a little sanding to do. I bought some more paint for this too, for that side. I knew I'd have to do touches, and that is not UV stable, so I bought some UV stable version of POR, and I'll put across that. And another thing I like, look at all the footprints I leave in there when you walk. So this is, I can't expect this thing to look clean and off-road it. Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of wear on it, which is. That's fine, that's what it's for. But overall, so far I like it. And we're getting there. We're getting there. And also, if you look down here, you can see I put backup lights, but they're actually integrated into the frame. And they're activated by my finger that's on a switch, because there's no reverse switch on my T98 transmission. So, just make do. But at least I got something kind of light up the ground back here. So it'll work. Anyways, that's all I got to do for today. Unfortunately, I thought if I get that rear end, I'd be driving it. Do a test drive. But since I get some more parts, get those O-rings ordered and get them in here, get that diff installed. Yeah, I think we're going to be styling. So, well, I had to take a break for a while from the Golden Eagle project. I'm going to give you a little status. It's pretty much done as far as the build is concerned. I actually took it out, drove it around, and yeah, these front tires did exactly what I thought they had to do. They hit the leaf springs, and you know, they're just there's some work that needs to go on the front end. But as far as this whole frame extension, back end, all this stuff's working great. And I'm just actually going through what kind of layout I want to do. 10 gallons of gas in the middle, make some box for fluids, you know, oils, stuff like that. I got a shovel that I want to put in, and I even have this jack when I mount kind of on the end over here. But yeah, this thing is pretty much done, but it's not exactly what I call operational. Like I said, it's just 50 years old. It's been sitting around a while, and I believe the brake booster just gave it up. It's one of those dual diaphragm 9-inch boosters. But it's probably 20 years old, and probably just time aged out. You press down the brakes, they're just hard as a rock, and there's just nothing there. You pump, there's nothing there. So there's definitely something going on there. So anyways, there's still some work to do to make it before I can, you know, go out and take it down the highway and be safe with it. But anyways, I have to kind of put that down on the back burner because I got this big trip coming up. And with that, we're going to have to say the end of the last. This will be the last series for the Golden Eagle project. Now, is it done? Oh, no. These things are never done. So the next time we're going to bring this out, I'll probably I may go ahead and show some of the front end mods. I haven't decided how I'm going to go about doing that. But I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to cut the hood because otherwise I'll lose the Golden Eagle. And there's plenty of room for that tire to travel on a leaf spring. But yeah, we're going to end this episode right here, and just because I got a bunch of other projects to do that are coming up, priorities for some trips we're doing here this summer. You know, summer vacation, that type of stuff too. So anyways, I want to appreciate you all for watching. I've had a great time doing this, and keep following up because there will be more. I don't even know if I showed you guys this. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I did get tire and wheels package. There they are. Those are Mickey Thompsons. They are not beadlock, but I love them because if you look right here, that valve stem is protected. And then these are 38, 13.5, R17 Patagonia MT02s. Big beefy tire, and we'll just have to wait and see how they do. I imagine they'll be great. Well, there's a lot of YouTubers out there four-wheeling and have great success with those. So anyways, I want to appreciate you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, man, I really appreciate you getting on that. But keep checking in. I got some other stuff we're going to be putting out, other videos, other topics, but there's going to be a full interior on this Jeep. I got the fenders, I got winches, I got all kinds of stuff going on this. So yeah, you just keep checking in. And God, I'm just dying to do some off-roading. So anyways, for now, thanks for watching.